Welcome back to yet another retro game and toy hunt. I know it's been a while since we've done one of these, but to celebrate coming back, we're gonna get out of the hellhole that is Indianapolis and go over here to the hellhole that is Terre Haute to visit a place that I've wanted to do on here for a long time, and that is Sewer Lair Toys. This is actually just across the street from the mall in Terre Haute if you're around that area, and it's such a cool place. I mean, as soon as you walk in, you see this classic piece of arcade tech here. I've always wanted one of these. This is not an arcade one-up, this is one of the originals. And of course, being called Sewer Lair Toys, you gotta have some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that's what you get over here in the very first aisle, along with this awesome Revolution X arcade cabinet. And why do we love Revolution X so much? Because it's the only game where Aerosmith gets run off the stage by a big titty goth girl.
Hey! What the Hey, back off!
Stop this nonsense now, if you don't want to deal with me.
And that, my friends, is why we love Revolution X. Anyway, the rest of this place is, of course, filled with a ton of classic toys. I mean, they got some new stuff, too, in the aisles, but for the most part, in, like, these glass cases, an amazing collection of older toys, vintage toys, if you will, back from my day when I was a kid, including that little rubber face right there. You can stick your fingers in the back of it, make some really horrible faces. Loved that thing as a kid. And of course, some vintage turtles down here. I had all of these as a kid and sold them all in a yard sale, so it's really hard to look at that stuff these days and not shed a tear. The store itself isn't that big, but there's a lot of stuff jam-packed in here, a lot of cool stuff to look through, so it's not like it's just a bunch of junk. I know we've talked about on some of these videos that a lot of these places you go, it's literally like looking through your uncle's junk in his basement. That is not the case here. A genuine joy to actually walk through this place instead of wondering if you're gonna catch some weird disease if you poke yourself on one of the toys. Over here, though, I did notice Snake Mountain from the original He-Man line. I had this, and the only notable thing about it is this microphone, which you might not be able to tell is a microphone, but it is, and it's the most sensitive microphone ever. It's literally the most annoying thing that you could possibly imagine.
Is Snake Mountain ready to take on He-Man? Anytime!
Snake Mountain, Battle Armor, He-Man, and Skeletor each sold separately. You put the mountain together.
Whatever kid grabbed that first was just gonna ruin your whole day with it. They do have a collection of video games that you can kind of look through in one of the glass collections. It's not a huge amount of stuff, but it is, again, some cool video game things that you can look through, including some import things that we'll get to some more import stuff here in a bit. Kind of by accident, but as you can see, we've got an original Power Glove just sitting here, and of course, since it is a Power Glove, I gotta let you know,
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
it's required by law, I'm sorry. And down here we've got a box copy of Super Street Fighter 2, another thing that I owned back in the day, bought with my own money, and this little Twisted Metal car. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I love Twisted Metal and Sweet Tooth. Kind of wanted that. Didn't really have $100 to throw it down on it. And if you get tired of walking around the store, you can always come back here and chill with this life-size statue of me. But yeah, it takes a while to look at all the stuff that he's got, including all this stuff which is just kind of on the top of the glass cases all the way down. Just jam-packed with stuff. It's really fun to see. A lot of stuff that I haven't seen since I was a kid. Including this E.T. right here. I was a big E.T. fan. Don't know if you knew that. Don't know if you care. I like E.T. Anyway, that's going to do it for Sewer Lair Toys. If you're ever in Terre Haute, and I don't know why you would be in Terre Haute, but if you are, check this place out. It's a really cool little toy store. The owner's super nice, and everybody that's in there is usually super cool as well. So yeah, anytime you're around there, check it out. Highly, highly recommended. Next up, we're gonna go literally across the street to this place called Vendor's Village. This is actually inside the Terre Haute Mall. I believe this used to be one of their big stores. I don't know which one it was, but it's kind of right next to the JCPenney. And yeah, this place has just been converted into a huge flea market / antique place. And you know, if you know how big some of these anchor stores are, like JCPenney, that's literally how big this place is. So there's hundreds of booths to go through. Not everything's a winner, but it's definitely not a bunch of trash like we've been through in Indy. We do get a small booth dedicated to books, video games, and more. And true to its name, we do have some video games. Over here, we've got a game that I hadn't seen in quite a while. It's a game that's very special to me. It's amped for the original Xbox. Now, if you've never played it, I can't blame you, but let me show you why you should play it, because it's probably not why you're expecting.
You are welcome to Ski Patrol!
Yes, let's make violent sports together!
Yeah, that's just one of the dozens of cutscenes that are in this game that's about snowboarding. But it's like all like 2000 era Adult Swim kind of stuff. It's hilariously bad. Actually, just don't even play AMP. Just go to YouTube and look at all those cutscenes. Up here, we got some more Xbox goodness with Project Gotham, one of my all-time favorite racing games. And I actually thought this was a game too, but turns out it's a movie. But you know, I probably do actually need to learn how to do this. And over here is the main reason why you probably want to come to Vendor Village. Just this huge lane of glass display cases filled with all kinds of craziness. And there's a lot more that I wanted to get some video of, but I swear to God, everyone I went up to, somebody had just pulled up and parked their ass there for like a good 10 minutes. But what I was glad that I got to see was this random thing that didn't look like there was anything in it besides army fatigues. But then the rest of it was just piled with tons upon tons of Game Boy, NES, Super NES, TurboGrafx, you name it, import games. I was just gobsmacked, like including these Famicom disk drive things. I've never seen one of these in my life, but apparently it's one of those Japanese only kind of things that you could go to stores and like add content to like Zelda and stuff. Again, I'm not too up on it, but it was really cool to see. And just slapped in this case that's just filled with junk. I apologize for the reflection, but you know, there's only so much I can do with that. But you can kind of see just how much is here. It's insane. If you ever wanted to start an import collection and you live in Indiana, come on down here. The prices weren't too bad for this stuff. Over here in this case, we've got a very naked Chewbacca, along with this old school ET Halloween costume. I never had that one, but I can still feel that plastic scraping across my face and getting really sweaty, because that's just kind of how Halloween costumes was when I was a kid. And down here, holy shit, we've got a Robo helmet.
Now, the helmet, the look, the power of RoboCop.
Has anything ever looked cooler than that kid in that commercial? The answer is no, but I'm almost willing to buy that to give him a run for his money. And that's going to do it for Vendor's Village. Like I said, there's a lot more stuff there I kind of wanted to get some video of, and maybe I will go back at a later point. But yeah, check this place out. It's really cool, and two really good reasons to check out Terre Haute if you're around. There are some other stores in that area that kind of have like some video games and books and stuff like that. But those were the two highlights for me that I wanted to throw out here. So yeah, thanks a ton for coming along on this trip, and we'll see you next time.